भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। So welcome back children to where we left Krishna and Arjuna yesterday. Where did we leave them yesterday? When Arjuna understood that he was helpless, and when he had so much confusion and sadness that he did not know what to do, then what did he do? He surrendered to Lord Krishna, literally fell at his feet and said, "Hey Krishna, now you be my Guru and you teach me how to get out of this confusion. Please teach me how to get out of this sorrow." And what did Krishna do? Krishna smiled. Why did Krishna smile at Arjuna? That is how a teacher always starts teaching, not with a very fearful face, correct? He wants to smile and tell you, look, hey Shishya, hey student, what I'm going to teach you is going to be simple. I'll make it as interesting and as simple as possible. And so Krishna started his teaching. And the first teaching words of Bhagavad Gita were Bhagavan. I told you yesterday who is Bhagavan, what is Bhagavan, and henceforth whenever Lord Krishna speaks, he is going to speak as Bhagavan. So the 12th verse of the second chapter, 11th verse of the second chapter, not 12, 11th verse of the second chapter, you can see Shri Bhagavan Uvacha aśhochyān-anvaśhochas-tvaṁ prajñā-vādānśh bhāṣhase gatāsūn-agatāsūnśh-cha nānuśhochanti paṇḍitāḥ. Now Krishna is telling something very, very strange and funny. He says, hey Arjuna, wise people don't feel any sorrow or sadness when somebody dies. So what he's saying is, hey Arjuna, there is no need to feel any sorrow. Now, wise people do not have any sorrow or sadness when people around them die. Now, it is very strange, isn't it? How can Lord Krishna say this thing? What he's saying, we should very clearly understand. He says, wise people, those who have understood something more than a person who is not wise. That means people like us who do not know anything, we feel sorry or sadness for a person who dies. But Krishna says, paṇḍitāḥ, means those wise people do not find or do not feel any kind of a sorrow. Very strange, isn't it? We all have faced people around us who die, and then we all feel sorry, we all feel sorrow, sadness. Does it mean that we should not feel sorrow? No. Sadness is a natural response. It is something all of us will feel when our loved ones, like our grandparents, or somebody whom we have loved a lot, somebody dies. We do feel sorrow. We do feel sadness. There is no doubt about it. But what Krishna is telling Arjuna is, look, a wise person understands something because of which he does not feel this sorrow when somebody dies. What is this understanding? What is it that a wise person knows which we do not know? What is it a wise person knows which makes him not to feel any kind of a sorrow? What is it that we don't know because of which we feel sorry when somebody dies? So Krishna wants to tell Arjuna that What dies is the body, he says. Okay, he says, body, we are born with a body, correct? Before we were born, the body was not there. When we are there for some years, the body is there. And when we die, what goes? The body goes. That's what Krishna is telling Arjuna. Try to understand. If you don't understand this, don't worry. Just listen to me and just try to hear it very attentively. It does not matter if you don't understand this, but then we have to introduce this because this is the most important teaching of Krishna. So what Krishna is saying is, it is not the body comes and goes, but then there is something else inside this body, and Bhagavan calls this as the dehi, the person who is within this body. So when I say I, it is not only the body, there is something else in this body which is called as dehi. That means the one who is inside this body. So what am I? I am the body and also something else which calls this my body. Now let me give you an example. Now I'll show you. What is this? This is a book, correct? Whose book is this? My book. Am I the book? No, isn't it? I'm not the book, correct? Huh? This is my book, but I'm not the book. There is somebody who is telling, this is my book. Who is that saying it is my book? Somebody is there inside here. Is the body telling that? No. There is somebody who's understanding that this is my book. So if this is my book, I am not the book. Correct? Now I ask you, what is this? This is a hand. Whose hand is this? My hand. This is my hand. Who says that this is my hand? There is somebody here, somebody inside who's saying other than the hand. There is somebody other than this hand who says this is my hand. What is this? This is my head. Then who is saying this is my head? Okay, the head belongs to me. I have a head, but I'm not the head. Just like I have a book, I'm not the book. I have a hand, I'm not the hand. Similarly, I have a body, but I'm not the body. See, if you don't understand it, don't feel bad about it. You don't have to struggle to understand. Just you remember this, that there is something which says my body, correct? Sometimes when you are feeling very tired, when your legs are hurting, when your body is aching, when your head is aching, what do you say? My head is aching, correct? My legs are paining. Therefore, Krishna says that there is something, there is some principle which is inside this body, but then that principle is not going to come and go. What dies, what is born, that is nothing but the body. Therefore, Arjuna, understand all these people, Bhishma, Bhishma, Drona, Kripacharya, all those people whom you call yours, they are nothing but the body. And who's going to die? The body is going to die. But that something which is inside this body, that is not going to die. And Krishna calls this as dehi. That's something which is other than the body, which we cannot see. But then every time when we talk about ourselves, we say, I have a book, I have a home, I have a sister, I have parents, my book, my class, my teacher, my friend. What is the meaning of that? There is somebody who's saying, this is mine. Similarly, there is this somebody called Dehi, and our scriptures call that as Atma. Just remember that, that's enough. So now Krishna says that what comes, what goes, it is the body which comes and goes. What is born? The body is born and the body is dying. What remains? That Dehi or Atma does not die. It remains constantly. Therefore, what did he say in the 18th verse of the second chapter? Krishna said, antavanta ime dehaha nityasyoktāḥ śharīrīṇaḥ anāśhino prameyasya tasmād yudhyasva bhārata. Hey Arjuna, what is going to die is only the body of Bhishma, the body of Drona, the bodies of all those people whom you call your people. It is those bodies which are going to die. But then the Atma and the Dehi, that somebody inside, that something inside which always says I, mine, that does not die, nor does it have any changes. Therefore, wise people know this. Wise people understand that the body, once it comes, it is definitely going to go. And Krishna compares it with what? If I have clothes which are torn, my clothes are torn. Supposing your uniform is very old, your uniform is torn, or you have outgrown that uniform, it has become very small. What do? You throw away that uniform or give it to somebody and you get a new uniform, correct? You wear a new uniform. Like that, Krishna says that the body is like clothes for this Dehi. The Dehi, or that the person I, what I call I, always remains. But what changes is the body. And the bodies are changed like the clothes. And so in the 22nd verse, what does Krishna say? Vāsānsi jīrṇāni yathā vihāya navāni gṛihṇāti naro parāṇi tathā śharīrāṇi vihāya jīrṇāni nyāni sanyāti navāni dehi. When this body becomes old, when this body becomes incapable of functioning, when the body is not capable of working anymore, what do? I cast off the body. I, the Dehi, I just remove the clothes and change my clothes to new clothes. Therefore, Arjuna, all these people who are going to die, they are not going to die. Their bodies are going to die and they are going to take new bodies again and again. Therefore, a wise person means what? An intelligent person, a person who understands, a paṇḍitāḥ, a wise person knows about this. Whereas, Arjuna, you think that when Bhishma's body dies, Bhishma is dying. No, only Bhishma's body is dying. Whenever anybody dies around us, it is only the body which is removed by that I or that person, and a new body which is sufficient enough to work, that body is taken. And therefore, you understand, Arjuna, that you are not killing anybody. There is no need for you to feel sorry, because what gets killed, what dies is the body. It is Bhishma's body. It is Drona's body, not them, not the real Bhishma within. No, he does not die. Therefore, automatically, jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu, he said in the 27th verse. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmād pariharyethe natvam shochitum arhasi. So, any body which is born has to die. And every body that dies, after some time, we don't know when, again, this Shariri, comes back, takes another body. So the one who dies comes back again. And for the one who is born, that body has to die. And the time has come now. For all these people who are so much loved by you, the time has come for their bodies to go now. Therefore, Arjuna, you don't have to feel any sorrow for them. Then Arjuna will ask a question naturally. If normally and naturally the time for these people has come, to die, their bodies to die. Why should I have this war? Why should I fight in this war? Correct? Anyway, Krishna, you only told whoever is born has to die. All the bodies one day or the other will die. So Bhishma, who is now 125 years old, is going to die anyway. Why should I kill him then? Why should I fight this war? Let all these bodies die whenever they have to die. So why should I bother? Why should I get this papa by doing this karma? So now Krishna tells him that, look, though all these people are mere bodies, they are going to die, but what is really in their bodies, the real Bhishma, the real Drona, they are not going to die. But then what is your dharma, Arjuna? Just because they are going to die anyway, does it mean that you should not do your dharma? It is like saying, many of us may feel like, whatever has to happen, let it happen. If I have to fail in the exam, I'll fail. If I have to pass in the exam, I'll pass. I will not study anything. If this is our attitude, what will happen? Whether we are going to pass in the exam or not, it doesn't matter. I have to do my duty, correct? So what Krishna is telling Arjuna is, don't worry about all those people on the other side whom you love so much, how they die, when they die, why they die, why their bodies are there. Don't worry about them. But then you do your duty. You do your dharma. Okay, so in the 31st verse, he convinces Arjuna that, look, you are not really killing anybody. What you are doing is only your swadharma. Okay, and I'll tell you what this dharma is, what swadharma is. Swadharmamapi cha vekshya, 31st verse, navikampitum arhasi dharmyadhi yuddhat shreyonyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. Now what Krishna is telling is, look Arjuna, you don't have to worry whether Bhishmadi, all those people whom you love so much, are going to die or not. Anyway, their bodies are going to die sometime or the other. If they have to die in this yuddha, they will certainly die. If they are not supposed to die in this yuddha, don't worry about them. But then you have to do your duty. So he says, you have to do your duty. What is this duty? Krishna calls one's own duty as swadharma. What is the meaning of, first we'll see what is the meaning of dharma. Dharma means what? Living in such a way that I become useful to the society. I don't go against the system of society. That is called as dharma. I help the society to grow. At the same time, I do not harm anybody. I live in harmony with the entire world around me, with the people around me, with my family, with my friends, with my schoolmates, with everybody. I try to live in a harmonious way. Harmony means what? I live in such a way that I don't create any problems for anybody. This is what is called as living a life of dharma. That means what? What can I do? Yesterday I told you, I don't lie. It is dharma. Speaking the truth is dharma. Not causing any harm to others. Ahimsa, that is also dharma. Unnecessarily trying to steal other people's things because I don't have it. That is adharma. So not stealing, not coming under temptation, not harming other people either by my body or by my words or by my thought. This is called as dharma. And living in harmony with whatever is the universe around me, not harming plants, animals, being in harmony with the whole world around me. This is called as dharma. It is common for all of you. Then what is swadharma? What is the meaning of swadharma? See, God has given each of us some kind of a responsibility in life, isn't it? As children, what is our responsibility? We have to listen to our parents' advice. We have to behave in such a way that our parents are happy with what we are doing. We have to go to school regularly and learn what is supposed to be learned. And we have to be good people, nice to our family members, our friends, our schoolmates, and whatever they are trying to teach us, we have to grasp. We have to grow up as good individuals. We have to grow up as good citizens of this country. That is our Swadharma, isn't it? Right now, what is the Swadharma of each one of you? To study properly, to listen to what your teachers are saying, and put your effort, study well, do well in the examinations. That is your Swadharma of a student. Now you are a student, studying properly is your Swadharma. At home, listening to your parents, following what they are telling, that is your Swadharma. What is my Swadharma? Mine. I'm a doctor. So, going to the hospital every day, treating my patients properly with compassion, my dharma. Now I am teaching you, isn't it? Now I am the teacher for all of you, Bhagavad Gita teacher. What is my Swadharma? Trying to teach you properly, regularly, coming in time at 7:20, and then waiting for this class, and then teaching properly, trying to make it as simple as possible. Correct? This is my Swadharma. Correct? What is the Swadharma of your mother? Your mother takes care of the house, takes care of the whole family, takes care of you. She feeds you, she cooks you. She may be working outside the house in some office or as a whatever it is. That also she does. That is her Swadharma. What is the Swadharma then of your father? He goes out, earns and maintains the family. Teacher, I already told you, teacher has the Swadharma of what? Teaching you compassionately, okay? Being nice to you, lovingly teaching you, making you understand what he's teaching, so that as you go to the higher classes, whatever you have learned, it is kept in your mind. Therefore, every one of us have a duty to perform. And whatever is my duty, that is called as Swadharma. So, what is Arjuna's duty now? Arjuna is a Kshatriya. Arjuna is a king. Arjuna has to protect the whole society from adharma. Therefore, what is the duty of a Kshatriya? If it requires to fight a war, if it is required to fight a war, to protect the society, protect the dharma, then this Kshatriya has to fight. So what is Krishna telling here? Hey Arjuna, fighting this dharma yuddha is your swadharma. It is your duty. As a king, as a Kshatriya, you have to protect not only your family, but you have to protect the entire society from the Kauravas who are causing a lot of adharma. Therefore, Swadharmam api chaveksha, from the point of view of your Swadharma also. This is a Dharma Yuddha, and therefore, Arjuna, you cannot escape from this war. You have to fight this war as what? As Swadharma. Some people may get killed there. Some people may get injured there. There may be problems in the society. It doesn't matter. But then, it is your Swadharma. And for a higher cause, for a very, very divine cause to establish dharma, what are you doing? You are fighting this war. And Arjuna, you did not go after to fight this war for your benefit. Correct? It has come to you. Not that you went after fighting, not like some of our other countries, no. Simply they want to fight only to, they have that desire to simply create instability. Simply bomb somebody, bomb the neighboring country like terrorists. What is the need for that? It is because they want to have some selfish end to be acquired. But then here, Arjuna, you are not fighting this war for any selfish need. You are not fighting this war out of greed, out of lobha. But then this war you are fighting, why? To maintain dharma. And it has come to you. It is God given. It is a chance, it is an opportunity which has come to you, hey Arjuna. So you have to fight this war. So from the point of view of what is the reality of the body, that also you understand that Bhishma and other people, they are not mere bodies. And as bodies, they will come and go. That is one reason why you have to fight. Second reason is what? It is your swadharma. It is what you are meant to do. Because of your swadharma, you have to fight this war. Then there is a third reason also which Krishna gives Arjuna. One, that is according to, the values on niti. What is the niti? Dharma is talked about as your swadharma. But then what is ethical? Ethical means what? What you're supposed to do, you have to do. That is ethics properly. Ethics means what? There is some dharma. Now I am a teacher now. I have to do my swadharma of teaching. How should I do it? Pramaṇikataya. That means what? With a lot of honesty, I have to do it. Ethically, I have to do it. Correct? The way it has to be done, it has to be done. I can't simply do it. Katacharak madodalla. We can't simply do it. It doesn't matter. Let me do it somehow. Anyway, I have to do this. No. This is my duty. No. I will do it somehow and get out of it. No, that is not the way. I have to do it properly. And if I don't do it, what happens? What will happen to Arjuna? He said, Krishna said, atha chetvamimam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi tatasvadharmam kirtim cha hitva papam avapsyasi. By not doing your swadharma, hey Arjuna, you will lose all your kirti. You are so well known. People know you as that great Arjuna. You have so much of fame. You have so much of kirti. But then, by running away from the battlefield, what will people talk about you? All your fame, all your name will just disappear in 1 minute. Then, in the 34th verse, he says, Akirtim chapi bhutani kathayishyanti te vyayam sambhavitasya cha kirtihi maranadatirichyate. I'm chanting all these things because you should, enjoy how the chanting is done. Okay. So even if you're not getting the verses, it's okay. What Krishna is trying to say here is, look, Arjuna, you're a person with so much of fame and name. And by running away from the battlefield, you will lose all your name. And how will you be known in the pages of history? By all the people later? How will you be known in history? Oh, that Arjuna ran away. He got so scared that he ran away. Who is this Arjuna who has got such divya ayudhas, such heavenly ayudhas he got from Indra, from Shiva? Such a bold person, such a valorous person. Single-handedly he could destroy so many enemies. Such an Arjuna got scared and ran away from the battlefield. What kind of an insult it is for you, Arjuna? What kind of an akirti it is? And what will your cousins say? What will the Duryodhana and his brothers say? They'll be so happy, isn't it, that you have run away? They don't have to fight anymore. You have yourself run away. So easy victory for them. You have given up everything without any fight for them. Their adharma will increase. And what will they say? They will laugh at you. And after this, you run away. They will be sitting with each other and they'll be laughing and talking about you. Look at that Arjuna. Just looking at our 11 Akshodini Sainya, he ran away. Looking at Bhishma, looking at Drona, looking at all of us, he lost his courage and he ran away. Palayana Marda, Arjuna. This is how you will be known. Do you want to be known like that? Do you want to be laughed over by other people? Should all your enemies laugh at you? And what will they say? Looking at me. Even one soldier will say, a soldier will say, hey, Arjuna got scared of me. He looked at me, he got scared of me, and he ran away. So, how will you be known? People will be talking about you in such bad words, Arjuna. Where is your kirti? Where is your greatness? Where is your valor? Everybody will be talking about you in such an insulting manner. Okay, do you want that to happen to you? They will be doing only your ninda. They will talk about you in such words which cannot even be talked about. How people talk, you have heard, no? Many of us have heard how people talk about various other people when they want to criticize them, when they want to blame them. What kind of words we use, isn't it? We have heard that, isn't it? What kind of words of insult are used when you talk about somebody whom you want to insult? So, Arjuna, your swadharma is to fight this war. Hey, Shishya, Arjuna. And this war is not something you went after. It has come to you. It is God given. It is Ishvara given. It is an opportunity for you to do your duty and save the society from adharma. Please do it, Arjuna. And don't think that you are going to kill these people. Anyway, the bodies of all these people are anyway going to die sometime or the other. And yes, in this war they may die, but it is only their bodies which are going to die. The real Bhishma, that real real Drona, they are not really going to die. They'll only come back maybe later with another kind of body. You also, Arjuna, remember one thing here, if you run away, you will get papa because you are not doing your swadharma. It is said in our scriptures that when we escape from our swadharma, that is when we don't do what we are supposed to do, then we will get papa. So what Arjuna is saying here, Krishna is saying here is, in the 27th verse, he says, Hato va prapsyasi swargam, jitva va bhokshase mahim, tasmād uttishta kaunteya, yudhyaya krita nishchayaha. Arjuna, both ways you will win. Look, if you win this war, then you have served your purpose. You have played your swadharma. Naturally, you will get all the punya for this, for doing your swadharma. Now, let us say by chance, you get killed in this war. Arjuna can also get killed, isn't it? How do we know that Arjuna is not only because Krishna is there on their side? But then Krishna is saying, hey Arjuna, supposing by chance, if you get killed in this war, nothing is lost, Arjuna. Your body is dead, but then you will get all the punya. Why? Because you died in the battlefield. Don't you know that we give what kind of chakras, honors we give for a person who has died in the war, who is killed in the war? Do we give him punishment because he has killed the enemies? In our own, we have seen the Kargil war, we have seen other wars. When our soldiers are killing the other enemy soldiers, are we giving them punishment? No. We give them chakras. Correct? If they come back, we give them Veera Chakra, Paramavira Chakra for their valor. Why? They have done their duty. They have done their swadharma. And supposing our soldier dies in the war, what do? We bring that body and then cover it with what? Our national flag. And what kind of a farewell do we give such a person? 21 gun salute we give them. Correct? What is the meaning of that? That means it's the Veera Maranam. Veera Maranam means every soldier will be waiting for such a death. Because if you die doing your swadharma, protecting your country, you will be blessed by all the gods and you will get all the punya. If you don't die, if you actually win this war, what happens? Again, you have got punya. Hi, you have established dharma in the society. You have removed this adharma. Therefore, it is what? In English, we say that. High school students must be aware. We call this what? Win-win situation. What is the meaning of win-win? You have heard that. I'm sure you would have won that. Isn't it? What is the meaning of win-win situation? That means either way I have won. I'll give you an example. Supposing we have a 5 series of one-day match, cricket match. All of you must be watching cricket, correct? We have a series of one-day matches. India versus Pakistan. 5 one-day matches are there. And what is the rule? If you have won 3 matches, then you have won the series. Correct? You have won the series. Now, supposing, say, India has won the first match, India has won the second match, India has won the third match also. Then does it mean that they stop the matches, the 4th and 5th match? They will not stop. Why? Because already people have bought tickets for the 4th match and the 5th match. Correct? So much money has been spent. All the next 2 stadiums, they're all kept ready. Now, with what attitude will our Indian players play that 4th match and 5th match? Win-win. We have already won the series. If we win 1 more match or 2 more matches, good. More. If we lose also 2 matches, no problem. We have already won. Correct? If the Indian team loses the 4th match, loses the 5th match, or one of them also, the win is already, the victory is already on our side. The cup is already on our side. Correct? But then, still they will play those matches. Correct? Similarly, what he is telling here to Arjuna is, Krishna is saying, Arjuna, you may win the war. The victory will be yours. By chance, if you don't win this war also, what will happen? All the punya of dying a veera maranam, a soldier's death, you will get. Okay? Therefore, how should you fight this war? Very important verse, that is the next verse he is talking about in the, the 38th verse he is talking about. What does he say? Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayau tato yudhyaya yudhyasva naivam papam avapsyasi. So in the 38th verse, what does he say? Arjuna, fight this war as what? Victory is also okay for me. Even if I lose the war also, it is okay for me. Sukha dukkhe same kritva. Winning is also fine. Losing is also fine. Same kritva labha nashta. Whether I gain from this war or lose everything in the war does not matter. Jaya ajaya. Whether I win or whether I lose doesn't matter. Therefore, Arjuna, how should you do your duty in the 38th verse? What is he saying? How should you do your duty, Arjuna? Don't worry about winning and losing. Don't worry about gain and loss. Do your duty. See what Arjuna is being told by Krishna. This is what is called Sankhya. This is what is called how to do our duty. Krishna is telling Arjuna, you have to write your exam. For the exam, you have to study and go. You have to attend the school. You have to follow what your teachers are telling. You have to write the notes. You have to study that all over again. All that you have to do. But when you write your exam, how do you write your exam? It does not matter whether I get 80% marks or 70% marks or 100% marks. Does not matter. I have prepared for this examination properly and I will do my dharma. I will do my swadharma of writing this examination to the best of my ability. Therefore, whatever marks I get, it does not matter. I may get 80, good. If I don't get 80, I will do better next time. But then, whatever it is, this winning and losing, loss, gain, don't worry about all that, Arjuna. You just with the intention of doing your swadharma, just do it. Leave the rest to me, Krishna says. Whether you should get jaya or ajaya, whether you should get labha or nashta, that means whether you win, whether you don't win, leave it to me. I am God, I am Ishvara, I am Bhagavan. Leave it to me. Do your duty and leave the rest to me. This is how, Arjuna, you have to do all your duties. And this way of doing one's swadharma, this way of doing duty is called as karma yoga, which we will see what it is tomorrow. What is Krishna talking about tomorrow, no, Monday? What Krishna is talking about, how to do your duty. And then once you learn to do your duty properly, then you become a wise person. And the Pandita, or who is this wise person? Krishna is going to talk about that wise person after talking about Karma Yoga. Therefore, right now, Arjuna, do your duty as Swadharma with all, all the mind, all the effort, put all your efforts and do the duty. Leave the results to me. I will take care of the results. Don't bother about the results. And how to do that? How to not bother about the results? How to do one's duty? That we will see how Krishna explains to Arjuna on Monday. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.